Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Talladega Super Speedway as we prepare for the Coca-Cola 200 version 2 here at this amazing restrictor plate track. These are the Division 2 trucks for the Oreo Truck Series Season 3, and we are preparing to put them under the green flag for 19 laps of exciting, action-packed restrictor plate racing. Now, one thing about this Talladega Super Speedway as opposed to the Talladega we were at before, we were at the Talladega Revamped, and this track is actually slightly different in two reasons. One, you see there's a kind of a shadow over the tri-oval, which we never had. The other track, it was completely full of sunlight wherever you looked. But we've got a little bit of a change here with that shadow over the tri-oval, which causes a little bit more grip in that area of the track since it's a little bit cooler. And that could play out into the fact that a driver who might try and make a move on another race car would be able to make it with a lot more ease than he normally would if the track was in sunlight, because there's more grip on the racetrack. So it would help the truck to handle better, and he'd be able to make the move easier, and it may bring out a very good finish at the line for this race. We've also got another thing, and that different thing is the fact that these drivers are able to race 4 wide with ease. Normally, when we had the other Talladega track, if they got 4 wide, we were absolutely scared, we were nervous, our hearts were in our throats, because we knew it wasn't very likely they were going to make it out of that turn without some wrecked race cars. While here, 4 wide is an absolute norm. It doesn't bother us if that happens. When they get 5 wide, then we start to get nervous. But 4 wide racing, it's as if it can happen anywhere on this racetrack, and they're able to keep it clean and green. Also, another thing about this racetrack that's a little bit different, we got fuel strategy that's going to be playing out here, and of course we know that that really can hurt the chances of even the most dominant driver, or the driver looks like he's going to win the thing when the white flag is waved. A very good example of that, yesterday Mark George came down to get the white flag. By the time the checkered flag waved, he was on pit road trying to get a splash of fuel and did not make it out of pit road before Jacob Lawler picked up his first Truck Series victory. Will something like that happen today? I have absolutely no idea, but we're about to find out as Sasha Dawson is on the pole in the Pizza Hut Toyota Tundra. Alongside her, Jake Croven, and then it's Wyatt Morgan and Justin Perry. They will be the top, they will complete the first 2 rows. Our defending winner, the guy who took the win of the Division 2 race at Infineon last week, is starting way at the back here. Bob Fergus, you see him there on the outside of one of those rows. He's actually about mid-pack. But here's the starting lineup for today's race, the Coca-Cola 200 version 2. Well, here we go, folks. The pace truck has peeled off 19 laps of racing. Who'll survive? Who'll make it to the end? Who will pick up the victory here at Talladega in the Division 2 of the Oreo Truck Series? Got a lot of candidates here, 41 to be exact, and all of them want a chance to win this race. Green flag is out here at Talladega Super Speedway. There you see it waving. And we are under the green flag in the Coca-Cola 200 Talladega. They fly by the gopher cam as Sasha Dawson is going to take the lead. Jake Croven moves down, and he'll keep the second position. Good strategy there by the 18 car, letting the 55 get ahead, keep the lead, and then he slides down to that middle groove, and it may work out to his advantage. Now he comes to the inside line looking for the top spot. However, Wyatt Morgan, with help from Joseph Bryant, is down low there. And yes, he will get to the inside of that Jake Croven machine. So Wyatt Morgan's going to try going for the top spot. Joseph Bryant right there in second. Third on that inside line is Aaron Reed as they continue to battle it out here. Here we go, 3 wide for the top spot. Aaron Reed down to the bottom. He's got help from Tim Fiegel and Sean Galligan. And Reed will lead that lap. Wow, look at him back there, 4 wide. About 6 rows back they are 4 wide. But they're still keeping it clean. Nice to see this kind of racing here at Talladega. Sean Galligan, James McLeod, they're starting to make headway down on that low line. Dylan Ruiz as well. As Ruiz now moves Galligan up to the high side, and he'll go for second place, 3 wide there. Aaron Reed continues to lead. Oh! Wreck in the back! They're all piling up on the high side. I saw Dylan Schwallenberg there. I think I saw Jake Croven also in that mix there. I don't know who else was involved in that wreck, but we'll look back in just a moment because this is a drag race to the start-finish line. But looks like Aaron Reed will throw the block on Dylan Ruiz, and he will keep the top spot coming down here to the caution flag. But what are we? Who was involved in that wreck? Let's try to take a look. Anthony McCurry, our winner at Bullitt Super Speedway, he's involved. Let's look further back here. Croven, I thought I saw get involved. He's got a little bit of damage, not much. Justin Johnson, I say Jake Johnson up there, but that's Justin Johnson. James McLeod got some damage in that. Jeff Ehlers, Michael Harvey, Wyatt Morgan, who started off in the top 5. Robert Bann, our Season 1 champ. Jacob Rodriguez, Dylan Schwallenberg, they're involved as well. We'll look and see if anybody else may have been involved here. Possible damage to our winner at Infineon, Bob Fergus, and maybe also some damage sustained by Adam Rose. But let's look back now, see what put us under the caution flag for the first time today. Quite a few good race cars involved in this one. Well, there's Jeff Ehlers, there's James McLeod, there's Jacob Rodriguez. Do any of them make contact with each other? Right there, yep, contact between Jacob Rodriguez and Jeff Ehlers. Sends him down to Anthony McCurry. McCurry comes down, clips James McLeod, and it just all piles up there. Our defending champion in the Truck Series, Jake Rogers, was involved. Yokohama Kato got a little piece of it. Pole sitter Sasha Dawson was involved. Jessica Miller got some of it. So did Trey Campbell. So did Corey Williams. Look at Ehlers' hard hit into the outside retaining wall. Justin Perry was involved. Justin Johnson, John Acosta scraping the outside safer barrier up there. And then they just kind of piled up here, and then there was a follow-up wreck there with Kenji Sato, pole sitter Sasha Dawson, Bob Fergus. I think that's, that's Adam Rose, Jake Rogers, Kenji Sato, and that's Michael Harvey back there. Robert Bann. I think I mentioned last week's winner, Bob Fergus. Jeff Ehlers was involved as well. James McLeod, and it was almost like it was one wreck that kind of turned into 2 wrecks, and it took out quite a few drivers that were really big contenders, including Jake Croven, who started on the outside of the front row, and also Sasha Dawson was involved, and she started on the front row. So our 2 top starters involved in the very first wreck of the day here at Talladega. So we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing. The current leader is Aaron Reed. I don't think pit stops are made that time by Anthony McCurry. Has returned to the racetrack. He is 1 lap down, but drivers that are out of the race as a result of that wreck that occurred, Trey Campbell is retired, as well as Justin Perry, Jake Croven, Michael Harvey, Wyatt Morgan, Jacob Rodriguez, Jeff Ehlers, Dylan Schwallenberg, and Robert Bann, all retiring from the race. Here's the top 10 as we get ready to go back to green on lap 7 of 19. Aaron Reed leads. Dylan Ruiz is second. Bill Doberpool third. William Duncan fourth. Sean Galligan fifth. Richard Johnson runs sixth. Seventh is Tim Fiegel. Marco Rossi up in eighth. Ninth is Dylan Young. And 10th is Daniel Schwab. We'll go back through the top 15 here. Savannah Turner is 11th. 12th is Joe Davis. Tim Walsh is 13th. Matthew Rodriguez is 14th. And Brandon Gonzalez completes the top 15. Green flag back out, as Aaron Reed is going to lead them down to the green flag. We'll get back to the restart on lap 7 of 19, giving us a total of 13 laps remaining. Now you got to wonder if they're going to be able to get around that Anthony McCurry machine, or is he going to be problems? Well, he's just now gotten down to the inside line, and doesn't really look like he's holding anybody up. Bill Doberpool's right up on his back bumper, but Anthony McCurry appears to be up to speed with everybody else. He's just a lap down due to the fact that his car was caught on the apron of the racetrack, and he couldn't get the car started. So that's why he fell 1 lap down. Look at some cars slicing down to the inside. See Sean Galligan there. Oh, Bill Doberpool just got clipped by Anthony McCurry. What in the world? Well, Anthony McCurry's been able to continue on, but Bill Doberpool, there they are. Oh, there's Bill Doberpool, William Duncan, Tim Walsh, Jessica Miller, Jake Baskinger, Caleb Barnes. Drag race to the stripe between Dylan Ruiz, Aaron Reed, and Sean Galligan. It is Dylan Ruiz who leads under the caution. But are you kidding me? Pole sitter Sasha Dawson is involved. Joseph Bryant is involved. Kenji Sato is in it. There's what's left of William Duncan's machine. There may be some penalties handed out here. That almost looked like a deliberate turn by Anthony McCurry into Bill Doberpool. We'll have to take a look here as we are underneath the caution flag for the second time today. Dylan Ruiz is out in front. Well, let's take a look and see just exactly where the blame lies for this one. Sean Galligan went to the inside of Bill Doberpool, so Doberpool knew that he had to move up just a little bit. Does he move up into Anthony McCurry, or does McCurry move down into him? Let's see here. As they enter the turn, you know something? Actually, Bill Doberpool came up into Anthony McCurry to try and give room to Sean Galligan. So, no, it was not McCurry's fault. McCurry never came down. And there's William Duncan getting involved. Doberpool's going to get turned around again. He's going to spin it around again. Tim Walsh runs right into it. So does Jessica Miller. Jake Baskinger. They just all start plowing in again. And it just blocks up the racetrack further up there. Yokohama Kato gets another piece of yet another wreck. There's Kenji Sato getting involved. And then here comes some more drivers into the picture that I guess had been off the pace or something. Sasha Dawson being one of them. She's going to have contact right... No, she didn't get contact with 64. Joseph Bryant nails Kayla Barnes, but where's Sasha Dawson? How does she get involved in something? Let's see right here. Oh, she gets into the back of Justin Johnson, who was slow, trying not to hit the Adam Rose machine. And those two are going to go up the racetrack, and I think Sasha Dawson's going to front-end it into the outside safer barrier as well. Right there, yep. So, Dylan Young, I'm not certain how he was able to get through all that. I think he did, though. There you see those 5 cars. Duncan, Walsh, Jessica Miller, Jake Baskinger, and Kayla Barnes all involved. Let's ride on board with Dylan Young, see how we got through that wreck. Okay, watch up ahead. There's Bill Doberpool. He goes up the racetrack, and he gets into Anthony McCurry. So, you know, I don't know if it was just that it may have been just a fault on the spotter's part, but look at Dylan Young. Left, right, up, down. He somehow makes it through there with minimal damage, and then just up ahead of him, there you see Sasha Dawson, Jake Johnson make contact. Oh, Kenji Sato just blasted Sasha Dawson there. That's how Kenji got his damage. But we're under the caution flag once again. Let's see if we can go back to green flag racing. Oh, we're on lap 11 of 19, and still no pit stops, I don't think. Dylan Ruiz is still the leader over Aaron Reed, Sean Galligan. Joe Davis has popped himself into the top 5 along with Matthew Rodriguez. They are 4th and 5th. Drivers out as a result of that last wreck include the race cars of Bill Doberpool, William Duncan, Tim Walsh, Jake Baskinger, Jessica Miller, Kenji Sato, Kayla Barnes. Pole sitter Sasha Dawson retires. Joseph Bryant, who I believe was leading in the rookie standings. I may be wrong on that, but I can't remember. He's going to retire in 32nd position, and they join lots of others back in the garage area. So here we go. Dylan Ruiz going to get us back under the green flag on lap 12 of 19, giving us a total of 8 laps remaining. Dylan Ruiz looking for his first victory. Aaron Reed looking for his first victory. Sean Galligan looking for his second Truck Series victory of the season. Joe Davis, Matthew Rodriguez, they're looking for their first Truck Series victories of the season as well. As they all blow by here, we still got quite a few contenders in this field. We got a total of 22 race cars still on the racetrack, so still will make for a very exciting race, we hope. As here comes Aaron Reed down to the inside line. He's going to try and get a run on Dylan Ruiz. Where's his drafting help going to come from? Looks like it's going to come from Matthew Rodriguez. Well, no, maybe not. Marco Rossi looks like he's going to try and put a move on Rodriguez. Oh, he gets into him. Look out! Look out! Look out! Oh my goodness, how did they hold on to that? Somehow, I don't know how, but there goes Bob Fergus, our defending winner at Infineon in the Division 2 series. He is coming down pit road for a 4-tire stop, looks like. And I cannot believe that Marco Rossi and Matthew Rodriguez held on to those race cars. That should have been a wreck right there. And great job by both of those drivers hanging on to them. And they may have just saved themselves from wrecking out of this thing, and they may have saved themselves a chance of going to victory lane here. But it's a 3-car breakaway right now. Aaron Reed, Joe Davis, Dylan Ruiz. Then you got Marco Rossi by himself. As Joe Davis, I don't know if he moved out of line to try and let Dylan Ruiz by, or if he... Oh, nope. There was an indication on the back straightaway that they were coming down pit road, Reed and Ruiz. Good job with the hand signals by both those guys to let Joe Davis know, we're coming down pit road, don't run into us. Nick Bergen, Brandon Gonzalez, Tim Fiegel. Also, Adam Rose is on pit road along with Richard Johnson and James McLeod. They're looking for some pit stops here to try and get them to the finish. And they gotta hope and pray there's not a caution flag. New leader, a guy who just hung onto his race car just a few laps ago, and that is Marco Rossi out in front in the 54 car. Here comes Dylan Young to the inside. Remember, he made his way through that last wreck, and now he's up here battling for the lead. But these guys still will have to make pit stops here at some point. When are they going to come down? Looks like they're going to come down now. Anybody going to stay out? Yes. Looks like Joe Davis is going to stay out one more time. It's Sean Galligan, John Dawson, Jake Rogers, Corey Williams, Savannah Turner, John Acosta, Dylan Young, and Marco Rossi all are in to make their pit stops now. Battle on for the lead. It's between Matthew Rodriguez and Joe Davis. Rodriguez is going to get down there, but these two, they're racing side by side with no drafting help, and they're starting to catch some slower traffic here. Oh boy, look at this. They got Bob Fergus up ahead of him. They got Justin Johnson up ahead of him. There's the 83 of Adam Rose, the 64 of James McLeod. Look out, they're trying to split all these cars. Now these drivers, they have to hope that no caution flag comes out, so that way they can get back on the lead lap when the pit stops cycle around. And here comes Joe Davis, down pit road. Mike Dawson is on pit road as well. Matthew Rodriguez decides to continue to stay out as he tries now to put the 75 of Bob Fergus one lap down. Fergus is still on the lead lap. He still is on the lead lap here as they cross the start-finish line. But Rodriguez has got a faster race car. Looks like maybe he'll use that high line to swing around the 75 car and put him one lap down. Coming up on some more cars, Anthony McCurry. There's Corey Williams, Savannah Turner. These drivers are still on the tail end of the lead lap. But Matthew Rodriguez is going to have to make a pit stop, so it will cycle around. These pit stops will. And you see Bob Fergus blowing by Rodriguez. That must be an indication that Matthew Rodriguez is going to have to come down pit road. Rodriguez may be out of fuel. Yeah, he's having to jump down to the apron right now. Rodriguez may have stretched it one lap too much. He is still under power. He is still running. And he will now get his car down to pit road. So Rodriguez just barely had enough fuel to get to pit road. He's got that last pit box there, and he'll get that pit service completed on his race car. So now, Joe Davis and Mike Dawson, they completed their pit service. I think the lead is going to cycle around here to these guys. And yeah, I think that's the official word. Brandon Gonzalez, Aaron Reed, Nick Bergen, and all of them, they're in it for the win. Whoa, look at Joe Davis move into this lead group now. Tim Fiegel is in this. Also in this. Whoa, look at him sliding around here. Nope, Brandon Gonzalez has given up the lead. He's going to go to pit road. Tim Fiegel's going to pit road. New leader, I would suspect, would be Nick Bergen. Then it's Aaron Reed and Marco Rossi. We're waiting for the official word. Yes, that's indeed the case, because Matthew Rodriguez has just completed his pit work. He was the leader, but now he's lost it. It is now Nick Bergen the leader. Aaron Reed is second. Marco Rossi is third. Mike Dawson is fourth. And Joe Davis is fifth. Sixth is Richard Johnson. Seventh is Dylan Young. Sean Galligan, eighth. John Acosta is ninth. Dylan Ruiz runs in 10th. 11th now is Corey Williams. 12th is Savannah Turner. 13th is Jake Rogers. 14th is now Daniel Schwab. Matthew Rodriguez is back to 15th. 16th, Bob Fergus. 17th, Adam Rose. 18th is James McLeod. 19th is Yokohama Kato. 20th place now is Brandon Gonzalez. 21st is Tim Fiegel. Jake Johnson is 22nd place. And I think they're all still on the lead lap. Yes, they are. They are still all on the lead lap after the pit stops all cycled around. But now, we got 2 laps to go. Aaron Reed out in front, and these drivers are starting to close up, make a big pack again, and we could have some new contenders for the win here. Justin Johnson will go 1 lap down in the 99. He does have damage to the back end of his race car anyway, so he is a damaged and slower race car. Here comes Joe Davis, Mike Dawson, Sean Galligan. They're coming to the inside line with about 1.5 laps remaining in this event. Who is going to have what it takes? Everybody can make it on fuel now. Nobody's going to have to come down pit road unless they may have missed some fuel. No one making an indication of coming down pit road. It's going to be a battle to the stripe. Here we go, 3 wide for the lead, coming down to receive the white flag. Marco Rossi has that inside line, that's the preferred line. White flag, final lap of the Coca-Cola 200. There's Bob Fergus completing his pit service on his race car. Here comes Dylan Young to the inside. Dylan Young, who missed a wreck, is up here battling for the win. He's to the inside line of Marco Rossi, but it's still not over. John Acosta looks like he's going to try and make a move. Corey Williams may still have something in the tank. Here we go. Who's going to win this thing? Here comes Dylan Young. He blocks the John Acosta machine. It's still a dead heat between himself and Marco Rossi. Rossi in the middle. Dylan Young down low. Young's going to get the preferred line. Oh, and Rossi wrecks along with Mike Dawson. The caution is out. Sean Galligan is involved along with the Mike Dawson machine and John Acosta. Dylan Young's going to come down, folks, and Dylan Young is going to win the checkered flag and caution flag wave at the same time after a wreck on the final lap. Dylan Young pulls it off, picks up his second career Truck Series victory, his first of Season 2, and he's going to go to victory lane in the Coca-Cola 200 version 2. Dylan Ruiz will come away with a respectable second place finish. Third, Corey Williams. Fourth, Joe Davis, and Aaron Reed will get fifth place. Let's look back at what happened to put us under the caution for the final time today and allowed them to race it down to the stripe. Well, where did the contact come from? It looks like maybe Dylan Ruiz may have made some contact with the Mike Dawson machine. And what a tough break for some of these drivers here. You got the 46 of John Acosta, who was possibly going to be able to win it. Marco Rossi was hanging tough on the high side. Sean Galligan had been up inside the top 10 all day long. He gets involved. Just a bunch of race cars that really, they could have battled it down to the stripe. But, you know, when you're going down to the stripe like that, you make moves that you wouldn't normally make, and this is the result of it. So a real tough break for those drivers. I think actually somebody else gets involved here. I think there's going to be some more drivers coming into view here, because I think somebody else may have been involved. I think a car was actually barrel rolling and flipping on the back straightaway. Oh, Bob Fergus is involved right there. Savannah Turner got a piece of it as well. She bounced off the Fergus machine. Comes 83. Oh, the 80 or 82 rather of Daniel Schwab gets into Bob Fergus, and that's what the car that was flipping. Oh, Jake Rogers, he's involved as well. Bob Fergus, last week's winner, ends up on his roof, and that's just a horrible wreck to occur here, coming down to the start-finish line. But nonetheless, there was your winner, Dylan Young, coming across the start-finish line. We now have the official results in. Let's take a look as Dylan Young picks up his second career win. His first one, remember, came in only his second start. He now has won here at Talladega and picks up his second Truck Series victory. Dylan Ruiz, second. Corey Williams, third. Joe Davis, fourth. And Aaron Reed in fifth. Matthew Rodriguez going to get credited for the sixth position. Seventh was Savannah Turner. Mike Dawson gets eighth. Ninth as John Acosta. After those two were involved in that wreck, they still made it back to the start-finish line. Adam Rose going to get 10th. James McLeod, 11th. That's a good finish for the 68. He's had some tough luck in the past few races. Jake Rogers, 12th. Marco Rossi, who is battling for the lead in Turn 4, will have to settle for 13th place. Daniel Schwab, 14th. Yokohama Kato, good top 15 run in 15th. Nick Bergen, 16th. Brandon Gonzalez, 17th. Tim Fiegel, 18th. Richard Johnson gets 19th. Sean Galligan finishes out of the race in 20th position after getting involved in that wreck. And one lap down was Jake Johnson in 21st. Anthony McCurry, one lap down in 22nd. Bob Fergus, after flipping up onto his roof, finishes in 23rd place out of the race. That's last week's winner, remember. The rest of these drivers finished out of the race as a result of two different wrecks that we had, two different big ones. One that occurred, I believe, was on lap 2, and one that occurred on lap 11, I think it was. But Bill Doverpool, William Duncan, Tim Walsh, Jake Baskinger, Jessica Miller, Kenji Sato, Caleb Barnes, Sasha Dawson. Our rookie points leader, Joseph Bryant, finishes in 32nd. Justin Perry, 33rd. 34th, Trey Campbell, Jake Croven, Michael Harvey, Wyatt Morgan, Jacob Rodriguez, Jeff Ehlers, Dylan Schwallenberg, and Robert Band retires in the 41st position. So congratulations to Dylan Young on picking up his second Truck Series victory of the season. Quite an exciting finish, quite an exciting race, as it was all the way down to fuel strategy and who was going to have the best car at the end, and Dylan Young in the Redman Chevrolet was the guy to do so. So, congrats to him on his win. Thanks all for watching. Here come the point standings after the Division 1 race and this Division 2 race. Dylan Young goes to victory lane in this race. Jacob Lawler picks up his first Truck Series race, Division 1 race. They will be noted in the standings. They're the winners, and also they have clinched themselves spots in the All-Star race this season for the Oreo Truck Series. Well, the Mold 1 Cup cars and Stickers Cup cars coming here as well. The Talladega Super Speedway, we'll tune in for those, but we're not going to be having them until the documentary of the NNSCRA, which will be the 500th video out here on the NNSCRA Sports channel. Stay tuned for that. Hope you enjoyed this race. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and you've been watching the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best.